Hey everyone, Chris Stegall here with MK Partners, and today we are going to be talking about something there's been a little bit of confusion about in the Salesforce ecosystem. That is multi-factor authentication. You've probably been seeing emails like these pop up into your inbox over the last few months talking about how it's going to be a requirement next year in 2022. And there was a little bit of conflicting information recently, so I just wanted to hop in and highlight really quickly what to expect. On February 2nd, you might have seen this email on the left. The text isn't super important. It's, again, reminding you that February 1st, 2022, Salesforce will be requiring multi-factor authentication. The issue comes from this section right here, where they asked, what is an MFA requirement? And mentioned that you can satisfy the MFA requirement by using single sign-on for your Salesforce products. But we strongly also recommend that you activate MFA. Then yesterday, we got the email that said, hey, on February 2nd, we sent you that email saying that SSO would be, it would check the box for MFA. We should have clarified that is not the case. That is not security best practice. So whether you're using Salesforce directly or single sign-on, both will require multi-factor authentication as of February 1st of next year. So I figured that would be a good jumping off point to talk about some of the frequently asked questions around multi-factor authentication, specifically as they affect Salesforce. So first and foremost, what is MFA? Multi-factor authentication is the system by which through which the platform makes you identify yourself a couple of different ways. It's similar to two-factor authentication, which you might be familiar with. You go to log in and they say, and we're texting your phone 6 digits. Tell us the 6 digits that we sent you. So they're authenticating both that you know the username and password and that you are the owner operator of the phone whose number they have on file. Multi-factor authentication is essentially two-factor authentication, but you can have as many factors as you want. So instead of just password and ability to receive a text message, you can, password, text message, and use the app to activate, et cetera, et cetera. So it gives you better security potentially by requiring more factors to authenticate your users are who they are claiming to be. From the frequently asked questions board here, we can actually see them addressing that question. We use single sign-on for Salesforce. Does SSO satisfy the MFA requirement? On its own, SSO doesn't satisfy the MFA requirement. That's what they were clarifying in that email. With a well-implemented SSO strategy, you can reduce some of the risks associated with weak or reduced passwords and make it easier for your users to log in. But your SSO implementation relies on user credentials alone. So it's just the username and password, even though it's the same credentials across different platforms giving you that single sign-on. Since there's no additional factor for authentication, it doesn't qualify for MFA, so it won't qualify for their requirements as of February of next year. This page itself is actually basically every question you might have about MFA and Salesforce and what to expect moving forward. So I will drop this link in the comments below. Feel free to click around, look if you have questions. And as always, if you have a question that's not addressed here in the doc, feel free to leave it in the comments and we'll address it either directly with a comment back to you or in another video if it's something that deserves a little bit more depth like that. But now you should be able to, look to February of next year a little bit less worriedly now that you know what to expect. If you are using single sign-on right now, do be prepared. Do start prepping your users for multi-factor authentication. Personally, I use the Salesforce Authenticator app on my phone. It's super simple, whether I'm logging into my Trailhead org, production environment, my dev orgs for sampling stuff out. Pop in my username and password, hop onto my phone, say, yep, that's me trying to get in. Go ahead and let me in. And then it lets me in. So it's the kind of thing that is simple to set up, simple to use. You just want to make sure you get the ball rolling before next year so that you're not stuck up against a deadline, which will just make things harder when they don't need to be. In the meantime, keep working hard, smart, and happy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos here for more updates on Salesforce news, Salesforce releases, how-tos, tips and tricks, Salesforce events, and all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye.